Like, people are forgetting when she moved into Swizz and them's house to work on the music with him, he was still married to his wife, living in that same house. And then she moved in while she was cool with the wife.
New York's skyline has witnessed its share of show-stopping moments, but nothing hits the blogs harder than whispers that one of the city's royal couples might be crumbling from the inside out. Over the last 48 hours, gossip pages have flared up with claims that Alicia Keys just slipped into a Beverly Hills law office, ringless, poised to drop a surprise divorce filing on husband Swizz Beatz. The alleged spark, a long-running side romance that's reportedly produced a baby on the way, an oops moment too big to bury. Screenshots from TikTok detectives show the singer shielding her face behind oversized sunnies while comment sections chant, "Karma's a flawless soprano." Nothing has been confirmed by their reps, but the mere possibility has lit social media like Times Square at midnight. Yet if you zoom out, this headline feels less like a lightning strike and more like storm clouds finally bursting. For years, blind items and rumor threads warned that Swizz was juggling studio sessions with Private Rendezvous, each episode punctuated by carefully deleted DMs. Now the timeline seems to have caught up with him, and if the pregnancy chatter proves true, Alicia's Girl on Fire hook may be flipping into her exit anthem. But before we decide whether the ink on those legal papers is real, let's rewind the tape and see how we arrived at this boiling point. It started with a blurry paparazzi snap. Alicia hustling out of a nondescript glass building, hoodie drawn tight, the hand that once flaunted a multi-carat eternity band now curled into an empty fist. Within minutes, fan accounts matched the building to a high-profile entertainment law firm specializing in dissolving eight-figure celebrity marriages. A rogue paralegal, unverified mind you, spilled on Insta stories that a Grammy-winning R&B queen had retained the lead partner that morning. Commenters connected the dots with the speed of a Swizz hi-hat roll. The clip ricocheted across X, formerly Twitter, and suddenly #SideChickSonogram trended worldwide. Users reposted old club footage of Swizz partying 2 tables away from a mystery woman whose midsection now appears bump evident in her own reels. Again, this is all unconfirmed fan sleuthing, but the visuals are potent. Dim lighting, a VIP booth, Swizz grinning while the woman leans in with an intimacy that says more than 1,000 captions ever could. Speculation hit DEFCON 1 when Celeb T channel. Spillcam uploaded Swizz Beatz caught cheating on Alicia Keys. New footage. Within 24 hours, the video racked up 1.9 million views and 40,000 comments, most laced with phrases like, "You lose 'em how you get 'em." Blogs chased the scent. Some quoted an unnamed stylist friend claiming Alicia is waiting to serve Swizz at their Soho penthouse, hoping to secure jurisdiction in New York's equitable distribution courts rather than California's strict 50-50 split. Others cited 2 industry insiders who say she's headed straight for Los Angeles because the couple's biggest real estate assets sit in the Hollywood Hills. None of that is on legal record, yet. But the chessboard possibilities keep fans refreshing feeds. If the speculation is even half true, Swizz is about to learn that the same woman who once harmonized No One can also slam the door without hitting a single flat note. And the timing stings. Just last year, he was boasting in a glossy People feature that their union runs on pure respect while posing with all 5 of his kids in coordinated neutrals. Long before the ring disappeared, eagle-eyed followers had receipts neatly filed away. In December 2021, the notorious gossip blog Crazy Days and Nights dropped a blind item about an end-of-the-alphabet-loving producer-rapper who keeps his infidelity careful. Except for one time, he had to marry her when things went public. At the time, speculative thumbs pointed straight at Swizz. The fit was too perfect. Then came subtler hints. During Alicia's Season 11 stint on The Voice in 2016, Swizz ramped up mentorship sessions with emerging female acts, nothing scandalous on paper, but fans now revisit backstage photos where a certain protege is always in the frame. By late 2023, niche music sites ran quiet blurbs about a well-connected beatmaker's muse turning down cocktail gigs because she was focused on prenatal health. No names, no dates, but message board detectives connected her social media timestamps with the studio Swizz frequented. Again, zero hard proof, but each crumb stuck to the next until a loaf of gossip emerged. When a whisper drifts through the industry, it often surfaces first in songwriting circles. Two LA producers, speaking on Deep Background, insisted to podcaster Vinyl Vault that Swizz's phone was blowing up nightly with FaceTime calls from someone who wasn't his wife. Vinyl Vault blurred the names, but the clues matched the very same newcomer fans now linked to the alleged pregnancy. Still, rumor remains rumor, until a paternity test turns whispers into court exhibits. The blind items gathered like dust, largely ignored outside stand corners. Only now, with Alicia's ring missing, do they read like explicit warnings printed in boldface. If today feels familiar, that's because it is. Swizz's relationship timeline reads like overlapping studio sessions where the next track starts before the last one fades out. Back in 2000, while longtime partner Mashunda Tefreri carried their unborn child, Swizz fathered his first son, Prince Nasir, with Nicole Levy. Prince was born healthy, but Mashunda's pregnancy ended heartbreakingly in a stillbirth, a trauma she later said was compounded by stress from Swizz's betrayal. Fast forward to 2004, Swizz marries Mashunda in a quiet ceremony, promising redemption. Yet by 2007, he's entwined with UK singer Jana Sebastian. Their daughter Nicole Dean arrives in May 2008, conceived squarely in the window when Swizz was still legally married. Jota stayed silent at first, revealing his paternity only after DNA confirmation compelled Swizz to acknowledge the child. In public interviews, Swizz framed these overlaps as complex transitions. Critics call them repeat offenses. Either way, the pattern sets a precedent that makes today's buzz chillingly plausible. Each time, the stakes escalated, from hidden romance to unexpected baby to dissolved marriage. In every chapter, music served as the scented candle masking the stench, studio collabs, mixtape shoutouts, songwriting credits. But candles eventually burn out, and the smell finds daylight. This history matters because it reframes the current rumor as neither isolated nor unbelievable. It reads like the latest verse in a song Swizz has been remixing for 25 years, only now, the co-writer might be walking away with half the catalog. Re-examined 2009, the year the internet roasted Alicia for stepping into Mashunda's marriage. It wasn't just tabloid chatter. Mashunda herself posted a scathing open letter on Wrap Up after Alicia tweeted about choosing between smart and spark. Mashunda accused her of breaking a family and ignoring direct pleas to back off. Soul singer Jaguar Wright later doubled down, claiming Alicia had physically moved into the marital home under a writing camp, said pretext, only to rewrite more than music. The allegations remain unverified, but Wright's fiery recollection keeps resurfacing in YouTube interviews, feeding a narrative that Alicia won the man by bending moral keys. Critics still brand her the homewrecker who wrote herself a happy ending. Yet, Alicia's public response has mostly been silence, punctuated by carefully curated family photos and verses about unconditional love. For a decade, it worked. The records charted, the Grammys flowed, and mainstream memories seemed to forgive, if not forget. But digital archives never die. As soon as rumors of divorce hit, screenshots of 2009 headlines resurfaced. Hashtags morphed from hashtag Team Alicia to hashtag Full Circle Fate overnight, as if the universe simply pressed rewind. For viewers who believe energy boomerangs, the spectacle of Alicia apparently enduring the same hurt she once allegedly inflicted feels like cosmic symmetry. Whether fair or not, that angle supercharges engagement, and YouTube automation thrives on that electric mix of morality tale and modern soap. Within hours of the alleged pregnancy leak, meme factories fired up side-by-side images. 2009 Alicia smirking in a red carpet gown versus 2025 Alicia hiding behind a hoodie. Captions screamed, "When the script flips, cue the violins." Comment sections reference the girl on fire getting burned. Harsh? Absolutely. But outrage, and its flip side, schadenfreude, keeps watch time numbers soaring. Part of the fervor stems from mainstream users learning the backstory for the first time. Younger fans who only knew Alicia as a humanitarian with a glittering smile now binge decade-old vlogs unpacking Mashunda's letter, then jump to fresh TikToks dissecting this alleged new baby. Every share seeds another algorithmic boost, which in turn drags basement rumors into the trending bar. Brands are watching. A luxury skincare line that partnered with Alicia 3 months ago quietly removed her image from its homepage, replacing it with a generic product shot. Industry analysts note that messy divorce isn't a deal breaker, but home-wrecking narrative plus fresh alleged infidelity lands outside ideal brand safety zones. The math is simple. Controversy converts clicks, but advertisers crave low-risk adjacency. Meanwhile, fan loyalty splinters. Some sides with Alicia, arguing a decade of marriage and 2 children earned her official wife status and immunity from past sins. Others ally with Mashonda's old pain, chanting the proverb, "How you get him is how you lose him." For scriptwriters, that tension is rocket fuel. You don't have to pick a side to tell the story. You only have to keep viewers guessing which side will ultimately win. Up until this wildfire, Swizz and Alicia projected hashtag relationship goals at every turn. In 2018, ABC News ran a warm Couches and Candles interview where the pair sat beside Mashonda, championing their blended family as proof that compassion conquers chaos. Swizz doubled down in 2024 during a Super Bowl week profile proclaiming, "We never fight. We respect each other too much for drama." That quote now circulates with laughing emoji overlays as fans repost the soundbite next to side-by-side ultrasound memes. Public relations teams hate ironies like these. They shatter glossy veneers faster than tabloids ever could. Yet PR machines rarely surrender. Sources close to Alicia's camp whisper that if the divorce is filed, it will drop with a prepared statement framing the split as a mutual decision to protect family wellness. Swizz's rumored counter is a denial of paternity until DNA says otherwise. If either side talks first, the narrative tilts. If both stay silent, rumor reigns. For viewers, silence is louder than any song. When artists who sing about openness suddenly clamp shut, audiences fill the void with theory threads and reaction videos. And for your channel, each twist, an unfollow here, a cryptic lyric there, can anchor another 90-second explainer, chaining retention like cars on a subway line. Should Alicia hit publish on that petition, the legal landscape turns as complex as one of her piano runs. Joint real estate holdings sprawl across 3 states, and both maintain stakes in entertainment companies that blur lines between marital and individual assets. California favors an even split, but their primary marital home sits in New Jersey, and their studio compound lies in New York. Each jurisdiction has its own rhythm, and top-tier lawyers are masters at choosing the court that plays to their client's tempo. Then there's the music. Swizz controls lucrative producer royalties, Alicia owns master points on multi-platinum albums. If negotiations sour, valuations could drag on, exposing catalog pricing strategies neither artist wants public. Child custody adds another verse. Egypt 14 and Genesis 10 have homes on both coasts, plus tour schedules to juggle. Courts generally lean toward joint legal custody, but jet-set lifestyles complicate physical custody calendars. Finally, brand equities loom, skincare line deals, lifestyle apps, philanthropic foundations. Divorce discovery can pull financial curtains wide open, and some corporations prefer to end contracts rather than see numbers leak. Both camps therefore share one goal: settle swiftly, quietly, and keep the spreadsheets sealed. Whether their egos will allow, that is the cliffhanger. For now, the record spins on rumor. No court documents have surfaced, no official statement has dropped. Yet, the whispers echo louder each hour, and history shows that where there's this much smoke, someone's publicist is already drafting fire extinguisher copy. Maybe DNA will clear Swizz's name and the marriage will limp into another era. Maybe those unverified papers will crystallize into docket numbers by the morning. Either way, one truth remains. Audiences are hooked, refreshing feeds, eager for the next chord change in a story that's equal parts love ballad and betrayal blues. So stay tuned, whether Alicia walks away humming Empire State of Mind Part 2, or Swizz finds a remix that keeps the family beat alive, every beat drop, Instagram unfollow, and surprise studio post will write to the next bar. And we'll be right here, dissecting every note, because in the grand opera of celebrity love, the encore always arrives sooner than you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the upload. Thanks for watching.